Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie, and this is your December 2022 Tarotscope. If you're curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts, as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. I would like to remind you that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading, so please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. There will be a timestamp in the description box below as well if you would like to skip through any shuffling. If not, let's jump right in. We're going to be looking at what's being activated for you this month. How is what's being activated going to help you? Gaining some clarity or diving deeper on that. We're going to also be looking at why it's important for your soul's journey, as well as getting some guidance, advice, or encouragement for you moving forward. So let's jump right in. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what is being activated for Gemini in the month of December 2022, please? What is being activated for Gemini? What is being activated for Gemini this month? Thank you. How is what's being activated going to help Gemini, please? How is what's being activated going to help Gemini? Okay, thank you. Can we get some clarity and dive a little bit deeper on how what's being activated is going to help Gemini, please? Can we get some clarity on how this activation is going to help Gemini? Thank you. It's interesting. You're only having a few cards come out, which I love, Gemini, because that means that the message that's coming through for you for this month is very straightforward, right? Very to the point, very clear, and I love that. Why is this important for Gemini's soul journey? Why is this important for Gemini's soul journey, please? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Can we please have some guidance, advice, or encouragement for Gemini moving forward? Guidance, advice, or encouragement for Gemini moving forward, please. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. Quite a bit of guidance coming through for you. Okay. Let me just gather these cards up and we will start going through them. All right, Gemini. So what's being activated for you this month? You have out here first, Heart of Source, all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So there's something here, Gemini, about balancing these different facets of yourself, right? I'm getting very like two of Pentacles vibes, right? Like balancing the many facets of yourself. There's an element here of, I feel like whatever has been occurring for you up to this point, maybe throughout this year, maybe a little bit further than that, right? Maybe the past, I don't know, 12 to 18 months or so. I feel like things have been happening for you to be able to sink into who you are, right? All of the facets of yourself. Because when I was reading the card for you and read the word serenity, I got this energy of like harmony and balance, but within yourself. Like it's not so much harmony between you and your external world as it is harmony between you and you, right? I feel like there may have been some things recently that you about yourself that you were trying to come to terms with, right? Maybe something happened in, October or November, or previously, like I said, the past like 12 to 18 months. Maybe something happened that really jostled you, that made you really take another look at yourself, right? Maybe you were struggling, like I was saying, to accept, acknowledge, or integrate a facet of you. Maybe it was something that you were once ashamed of or felt guilty about, or felt like you would be rejected for or judged for, right? There's something here about you moving into this new space where you have this beautiful love for yourself, right? And this unconditional acceptance of yourself and being able to find harmony and peace in that. Um, I also feel like for some of you, you could have been or could have experienced this like reconnection to God, right? And I'm not here to push religion on anybody. As a matter of fact, I'm getting some fear. So I feel like some of you maybe like were like, oh, what do you mean, God? Right? Like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like some of you like just like held your breath for a second. I'm definitely not here to push any religion on anybody, right? But I do believe in God. Maybe you call it something else. Maybe you call it source. Maybe you call it universe. Maybe you call it divine consciousness. I don't know. Whatever you call it, I feel like for some of you, and you know, this is definitely something that might not apply for everyone, have reestablished this connection with God. And I feel like for some of you, it's what has allowed you or led you to this space where you feel like you can literally love all of yourself or have been working on this, right? Or could through the month of December, right? I feel like for some of you, like through the month of December, there's going to come this acceptance of self where you just realize like, hey, this is who I am. And I don't want to confuse you, Gemini, because I don't want you thinking that this is a all access pass to just be a jerk to people, to do people dirty, or, you know, be dishonest or anything like that. Not that that's what you're doing. Okay. But there is a sense of integrity here as well. Okay. But also, like, this is who I am, right? I'm not going to be ashamed of it anymore. I'm not going to be hiding parts of myself to make other people feel comfortable. Like, I am this way for a reason, right? And again, this is less referring to your wounded states, although Gemini, this unconditional acceptance, I feel, does extend to the fact that the shit you've been through has been for a reason. Good, bad, ugly, and everything in between, right? It's brought you to a space where you have an opportunity, or have had and will continue to have an opportunity to grow, to expand, to reach new levels of consciousness and awareness, to change your perceptions. Okay, so I feel like there are various facets to this card, but I do feel like there's an element of some of you returning to God or reestablishing that connection with God, and it has potentially helped some of you to learn how to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are. Let's see what else we have here for you. Being activated, Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. Yeah, so, you know, here's the thing that I've been noticing. I've been noticing this in my membership group with our daily and weekly readings. Okay, we do a lot of different readings, but I've noticed with those, and I've noticed with some of the other Tarotscopes that I've done, there is this energy of, first of all, this awakening of sorts happening between December, right, the beginning of December, and 2023. There's also been, right, I've been getting this message for months, especially in my membership group, this message of 2023 being about sovereignty and freedom, soul sovereignty and freedom, right? Which says to me, based on what I've been getting in readings, okay, that the things that we are being encouraged to do and being given the opportunity to do by divine orchestration, right? Or by our own soul plan, by divine orchestration, however you want to look at it, is to get us into a position where, as we move into 2023, we are able to essentially be free within ourselves, okay? To be who we are, accept ourselves, have this level of unattachment to opinions, to others' belief systems, to society's belief systems, to the old paradigms. Like there's a lot I feel of this like severing energy, which is encouraging us to release anything that is not conducive to our highest good, to our soul sovereignty, to our soul freedom, to us stepping into our purpose. Okay. That being said, you have this unconditional acceptance here, which has shown up in a way that has come through me and said, there are things that I feel like you are working on coming to terms with about yourself, learning to accept them, right? And for some of you, a reconnection or or an establishment or reconnection of God in your life could have potentially helped to fuel this. Now, with this Thoth light codes and this great teacher awakening, divine magic, I feel like being pushed to accept yourself and to gain this new level of awareness about yourself, this new level of acceptance, I feel could potentially have something to do with you being able to overcome that obstacle, to move through that challenge, to navigate it in whatever way uniquely works for you, and then being able to go back in and help others, right? And this, again, like if you listen to other Tarotscopes, right? Like maybe you listen to your rising sign, your moon sign, or maybe you're here with your rising sign or your moon sign, right? Like you may hear me say that repeatedly because there is this energy of awakening, of severing these things, of learning the things, putting them or implementing them, integrating them into place, and then going back to help others. It's like finding our way out of the woods and then going back to help others come out. Right. And we're not going to be able to help everyone. You know, some people are going to reject what we say, right? Some people are just not going to get it, which is perfectly fine. It just is how it is. But that doesn't mean that you planting that seed isn't important. Right? That doesn't mean that you saying like I can help you isn't important. That doesn't mean that they won't find themselves reaching out for your help later. For some of you, you could also be seeking a teacher, a mentor. Okay. But I do feel like there is this awakening to that divine magic that's within you. And I feel like it's interesting because part of this divine magic, I feel, is your ability to intelligently communicate what has taken place and essentially being this very like connected, informed individual, being able to help others, right? Being able to adapt to how other people might see things, or being versatile to how they may need to, what is the word, ingest, which is strange, ingest the information, like take it in, right? Like I feel like for some of you, there's this very much like a teacher, like I'm able to communicate very well what I'm trying to get across. I'm able to change it and be adaptable to those who are having trouble understanding it in the way that I'm presenting, right? Very teachery, right? Teachers, I feel, well, good ones anyways, are very versatile. And I'm picking that up here. Like I feel like you could have um a mission purpose here of helping other people, right? Like pulling yourself out of the fire and then going to help others. So, right, how is what's being activated going to help you though? Look at this responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So, I feel like part of this is you essentially, like the unconditional acceptance, I feel, is also tied in with this responsibility in the sense of um how do I word this? In order for anyone, not just you, Gemini, but in order for anyone to be able to help somebody else, or to, I shouldn't say in order to help someone else, but like to be really effective at it, like I feel like you have to be willing to see that or acknowledge that within yourself. So for example, let's say I don't know. This would be this. Here's a good example. Okay. Let's say you want to start an exercise routine, right? Right. You just want to get healthier. You want to be more fit, more toned, whatever it is. You're probably going to go to somebody who actually exercises, who works out, right? Like even if you don't go to like a trainer, right? You're still probably going to go and seek help or information or, a means of accomplishing that from somebody who actually freaking does it versus going to ask, let's say, your friend who has never worked out a day in their life, right? Similarly, with this, like, that's why I said I feel like some of you, it's part of your like mission or purpose, right? Like, there's this element of taking full on responsibility for who you are, right? And that means, as tough as it is to say and acknowledge, Gemini, that means the bad parts, the ugly parts, the messy parts, the parts that we shove down and tuck down. That's your shadow side, right? It's not just the negative aspects of yourself. It's anything that you try to push away, that you try to hide, that you aren't okay with, right? And it can be something about yourself that isn't necessarily bad. It's just you have a fear of it to some degree. So, you know, I feel like this is about taking responsibility for every aspect of yourself, every facet of yourself, learning how to accept that unconditionally, allowing that to bring peace into your life so that you can help others learn how to do the same, which I feel can be very powerful if you are able to do it from this space of love. Which here with Heart of Source, you have this all encompassing love, right? So it's like you're able to see others and all of who they are and accept them and acknowledge them and show them how to learn how to love them the same way that you love yourself, the same way that you love them. But again, first you have to take responsibility and take responsibility for your path. Because I feel like some of you have this divine magic stirring and I don't know, I'm seeing it like a Harry Potter freaking cauldron or some like, I don't know, some witch cauldron or something, right? Like some of you have and are fully aware of a certain degree of divine magic that you possess, but are like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is. It feels like I'm too good for that. That's what it feels like. I don't know why. I don't know if it's that like analytical, like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe like, yeah, okay, fair. Fair, that's fair. Maybe it's like this analytical aspect of air energy, right? Like maybe that's what it is or something. But I feel like some of you, like one facet of yourself is like, I totally see parts of my own magic, spirit, whatever it is, however it manifests for you. And then there's another part of you that's like, but I don't know that I care, right? Like, and maybe it's just because you don't want to put the work in. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's that responsibility card again, right? Like, I just feel like there's some aspect of it where you're like, yeah, I see it, but I'm not acknowledging it. Like, and it's kind of like you have your nose up at it. Maybe that's just for somebody very specific. But, like in order to experience magic, like you actually have to believe in it. You actually have to acknowledge it, right? As within, so without. So if you don't believe in your own magic, you're surely not going to fucking see magic in your external reality. I'm just saying. So clarity diving deeper here with responsibility. Yeah, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity for you, right? So we're getting clarity, diving deeper on how is what's being activated going to help you. It is likely going to provide you with new opportunities, right? Like it is likely going to bring you new ventures, some sort of opportunity for prosperity, pardon me, or a new beginning, right? Like literally, I feel like this could, I'm hearing the term like turn over a new leaf for you. And I mean, I don't really care like how others might see you, right? Like, because external perception for me is just, it's whatever. Okay. But it could likely drastically change how you see yourself, right? And as, like I was just saying, as within, so without, if you are beaming within, people are going to experience that externally. They're going to be drawn to you, right? That they're going to sense, if you will, that magic, right? And so it's likely that in taking these steps forward towards full acceptance of yourself, right? It feels to me like taking that responsibility is a level up in a way, and allows you to see yourself differently, experience yourself differently, which then oozes, if you will, out into your external world. Other people pick up on that. Other people feel that your energy is beaming out into the cosmos, and it's likely that it's going to attract to you new experiences, or at least the opportunity for them. Right? Totally up to you if you take that step or not. But it's there. Let's see. Why is this important for your soul's journey? Your guidance is divinely guided. Trusting yourself, realizing that there is divine magic here at play. Also, this Heart of Source, when you read the guidebook on this card, it is a representation of God. And like I said, some of you may have, through the month of December or even prior to that, reestablished a connection with God, with Creator, with Source, with Divine, whatever you call it. And I feel like now, like this is important now because it's moving you into your highest good, into your purpose, your dharma, your life path. And I feel like this is helping you, this clarity, I feel, acceptance of the different facets of yourself could potentially open up these doorways that show you, prove to you that the things that you are experiencing is essentially your God, your creator, your source speaking to you, your cosmic team, your angels, your ancestors, whatever it is, speaking to you, letting you know that where you are going, or where you're being nudged to go, or what you're being nudged to do is divinely guided, is part of the unfolding of your life. So wild to me. I mean, and there are on this card here all these like sphinxes, right? Several of them. There's like seven or eight of them. And then you have Toth-like codes, which is also related to Egypt, right? Ancient Egypt, of course. But this was someone who was incredibly connected and seen as a priest. Then I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like you are being guided in a similar fashion, right? Maybe you wouldn't look at yourself in that manner, in that way. Maybe you feel unworthy or something, but there's a message here of the things that you are experiencing are trying to lead you to this space that's meant for you, right? Your guidance is being divinely guided. Yep. You have keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Well, if you're wondering who's telling you the things, not only is it this, essentially, I feel, your creator, your source, whatever you want to refer to it as, but it's also, like I was saying, like your cosmic team, your angels, your ancestors, right? Because what you are doing here is important. Like I said, it's part of your path, which I feel is about helping in some way, shape, or form, teaching, right? Guiding. And so there is this energy here of you learning how to trust yourself, learning how to trust what you feel to be true about you, right? And like I said, maybe you felt like there's no way that God's talking to me. There's no way that, my angels or my ancestors are communicating with me. Or maybe you do experience it, but you don't take it seriously. Maybe you just kind of laugh it off, or, shrug it off, or whatever, right? But it's like, no, they're with you all the time, Gemini, all the time. And I feel like the things that are coming through are to try to assist you to align with exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's see, what guidance, advice, or encouragement are the angels giving you for the month of December? Peace and harmony, like I freaking said. Right? This is the direction that you are being taken in, one where you have this peace and harmony within yourself. And I love it so much that you have Toth light codes with light initiation, followed by this peace and harmony card, which has Archangel Raguel and says, "Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light." Sometimes the journey that we have to take in order to reach a space of peace and harmony is one that is challenging, that presents obstacles. Why? So we can see our truth. Sometimes us being able to see our truth has to do with us acknowledging the fact that through suffering, through shame, through rejection, through guilt, we have triumphed. We've learned something. We've been able to use it to help others, right? So again, I feel like moving forward, like one of the key things to remember, Gemini, is that this is about you establishing peace and harmony in your life. Okay? In all its facets. You have connect with music. So music could be very important for you, Gemini. And through the month of December, you could potentially be getting messages from your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your creator, to inspire you or show you something, to move you in a certain direction, or encourage you to move in a certain direction, perhaps one that holds key opportunities for you to be able to move forward. Right? And you might think like, oh, it's not, it's just a song. Like, gosh, I've heard this song like 4 times. What a coincidence. No, like there's probably something there for you, Gemini. Okay. I also feel like I need to say to you, it's very important that you pay attention to the type of things you are exposing yourself to. And that includes what you listen to. Because everything has a energetic frequency. And if you're listening to shit, guess what frequency you're taking in? Right? If you're listening to things that are about betrayal and heartbreak and pain and suffering, and the world is shit and it's angry and it's all this stuff, like that is what you take on. That's what you take in. You bring that energy into your reality. It rubs off on you. So I feel like it's important for me to say that this would be a very good time for you, Gemini, to be taking inventory of what it is you are allowing access to your energy. And is the things that you are allowing, are those things conducive to your growth, to you loving yourself, to you accepting yourself, to you finding peace, to you taking responsibility for yourself, for you venturing and experiencing and paying attention to and waiting for opportunities to open up to you, right? Are they things, again, that are conducive to your highest good? And if not, what are you doing it for? What are you listening to a song that says, I hate myself for? Now, maybe that's for maybe somebody's resonating with that right now. Maybe it's something that you've listened to recently, right? Or anything similar. My life sucks. My life is shit. Life is shit. People are shit. I've been backstabbed. I've been, like all this stuff. Like if you're listening to this kind of stuff, why? Why? right? And maybe this is the first time that you're, thinking about things in this perspective, in which case, you now have the opportunity to change it. But no, like if you keep listening to the same things, now knowing that it does impact you energetically and you're taking in that frequency, you're choosing, you're creating a consciousness pattern. So I would pay attention to the music that you're listening to and what you are exposing yourself to energetically. What are you allowing access to you, Gemini? Because I feel like right now would be a really good time to get really fucking picky. Okay? You have healthy choices. Yup. Basically, I feel like this is God saying, I said what I said. Make sure that you are picking things that are conducive to your growth, that are conducive to you aligning with your highest good, that are conducive to you exuding and embodying unconditional love. That goes for what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, who you're hanging out with. You guys, I apologize for the glare. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, but trying to move it there. There you go. Now you can see good. Right? But healthy choices has to do with all of these things. Right? It has to do with you deciding what has access to your energy in all facets and forms. And are those things good for you and conducive to you and your highest good and everyone's highest good, or not? And if not, again, why are you doing them? So the last bit of guidance, advice, or encouragement for you moving forward, beautiful, is spiritual gifts. You have Archangel Raziel here. And I love this because again, and I'm getting fear. Some of you are going to struggle with this one. But I feel like part of this great teacher awakening that I feel like some of you are experiencing this, I don't think this is for everybody, or this divine magic like I spoke of earlier, where you likely already know that you have some kind of a gift, right? Maybe you experience energies, maybe you experience spirit, maybe you get a prophetic word, maybe you are a medium, maybe you channel, maybe whatever it is. Okay, I don't know, whatever it is for you, Gemini. I feel like for some of you, you push it down. For some of you, you hide from it. You're afraid of it. And you are being encouraged to recognize that these things are divinely guided, right? To recognize that you are not alone. Okay, your ancestors are with you. And to understand that you are likely experiencing a new level of awakening that is going to help you to rediscover your gifts, your spiritual gifts, right? Or if you're somebody that knows them and pushes it down, it's like it's coming to the surface for you. This guidance, advice, encouragement is letting you know, like, this is part of who you are, right? Like there's a need to accept and acknowledge this is part of who you are. You have here, thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents, if I didn't read that already, right? So also it's taking responsibility of the fact that you have these gifts, right? Are you going to fucking waste them, or are you going to acknowledge them, right? Like what are you doing with them? Responsibility again, right? So I feel like this could be a very powerful month for you, Gemini, full of new opportunities if you allow yourself to sink in with them, get in line with them, acknowledge them, accept them, right? And take responsibility all the way around. You can't simply, Gemini, turn the other cheek. It's not going to work anymore. For those of you that resonate with that, you can't simply say, oh, this is the face that I'm going to show all of these group A people, and then I'm going to turn my head and show all of these other group B people this other face. No. That's not going to work anymore, Gemini. It's not. I just want to say that. It's not. Based on what I am getting for 2023, this, like, being being easily manipulated, or being easily deceived, or however you want to word it, I don't really care, by the masks people wear, I feel like is falling away. It is not going to be so easy because so many people are awakening to the fact that we experience energy, that we can see far more than what we are able to witness with our physical eyes. And so the that ability to continue to deceive people is going to be less and less and less, right? So there's a real big need here for everyone to be awakening to who they truly are and aligning with those things, and to step into who they are fully. Because again, it's not going to work any longer, right? That is what I have for you, Gemini, for the month of December. It can, I feel, can be incredibly, incredibly powerful and full of tremendous growth if, again, if you allow it to be that way, if you allow that to manifest, right? If you put the work in. So I hope you do. I hope you have an incredibly expansive, beautiful month full of wonders, signs, and wonders about your path and what you're meant to be doing. If something resonated with you today, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, subscribing, or commenting. I truly do appreciate it so very much. It does help the channel to grow and tells YouTube that there may be something here for someone else to see as well. Thank you for those that subscribe. I am so absolutely, absolutely so grateful for you. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I drop new content. Again, thank you so much for being here. Have an incredible month. I love you. I'm sending you the biggest of hugs. Take care of your beautiful soul, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.